We're grateful to share our love of vintage toys, games, books, and comics with you. If you're enjoying the journey, please like and subscribe. Your support helps us keep the channel growing. Thank you for being part of the RetroCult. Greetings, RetroCultists. Welcome to the final video in our series looking at the new Mattel DC action figure line. Today's figure is the Flash. As I've mentioned in my previous videos, which we've already taken a closer look at Batman, Robin, and the Joker. You can find those videos here or here, maybe both. But anyway, I'll make sure that there are links to those videos here for you to, if you haven't seen those, go watch those videos. But today we're having a look at the Flash, which I think is the odd man out on this series. I love the Flash, but considering that 3 out of the 4 figures are Bat family figures, I really would have liked to have had a Batgirl figure. I even mentioned Commissioner Gordon, although that's probably more for me as an older guy. I'm sure for kids who these figures are clearly aimed at, you know, you don't want an old guy in a suit. You know, what's his cigarette puffing action? They wouldn't do that anymore. That would have been that was the Superpowers figure's special ability. But anyway, we did get the Flash. I love the Flash. I guess I would have also, I'm kind of surprised there was no Superman figure in this first wave, but that I'm sure he'll be in the second wave, and I'm looking forward to that. Take a look at the back of the figure. Once again, same text, and every figure is marked supervillain, which I don't get. I mean, I guess they've got to cut expenses somewhere, and so it was probably just cheaper to keep this part all the same. I guess that way the plates for printing these, minimal changes. The only thing you're changing really is the picture of the figure. So, you know, they've got to cut some corners somewhere to keep this down at an affordable price where a parent wouldn't feel bad about giving one of these to their kid. So anyway, but it is a nice picture of the Flash in a nice running pose, and once again the figure's in a nice pose in the package. Of course, classic Flash costume. His boots do look a little modern. We'll have a closer look at those here in a minute. But all in all, very nice. And it looks like he comes with, I think all of his accessories are kind of running effects. Looks like a lot of lightning bolts. But why don't we just go ahead and have a closer look now? So let's get the Flash out of here. Oh, Flash is going to be the tough one to get out, huh? There we go. I really should have gotten a scissor in between shooting these videos, but here we go. That off to the side. Yeah, very nice. So we'll take this off. All right, so the Flash is, you know, let's go ahead and get him out of the shell. Nice. All in all, I will say these have been really pleasant to get out. They take a little force, but not too much. Unfortunately, it does seem to be a little bending and curving on his ears, but not too bad. And they seem, I think with a little heat and a little persistence, that one would bend back in a little bit. But let's take a look at the figure. Move that out of the way. Okay. Once again, the face sculpt is really nice. Once again, they don't really say if this is Barry Allen. I guess that's one of the advantages of not having more detailed information on the back of the card, because this could be Barry Allen or Wally West during his time as the Flash. Just a very classic Flash costume. As I said, the boots do look a little more modern. They don't have they look like they have lightning effects on the sides of the boots. I really do like the old design of the Flash, where he had the swooshes that are on his headgear were also on his boots, but you know, I'm not going to complain. Once again, he's articulated. He's articulated at the waist. His head articulation is great. So far out of the four, the Joker has the most limited head articulation, and the most limited articulation overall. The Flash does have the flight stand hole, like Batman and Robin, so you could do a nice flight stand and have him in a nice running pose. I will say this is the first figure where I've had a little... The resistance on that one leg, getting it to move, was a little tough. I started to worry, but it gave way. But yeah, back to the flight stand. So you could put him on a nice flight stand and have him in a great running pose where his both feet are off the ground. Really, really nice. Considering, let's take a look. Let me just straighten him out. Yeah, that one leg, definitely a little more resistive than the other one. So far, they've all been really good in that I don't feel like I have to exert excess pressure to get anything to move until now. This one, his left leg is a little tighter than the right one, and it looks like, wow, even though I have him lined up, I don't know if you can really see this, but even though he's lined up perfectly on the hip articulation, the figure seems to almost have a lean to it. Maybe it's just the way I had his arm. Yeah, maybe I had one arm. I mean, he almost seems to, which is good. I mean, it's like he's not in a perfectly static pose, even in a static pose. So, all in all, very nice, very nice. Love the classic bright red and yellow. Let's have a look at his accessories. Once again, only Batman and Robin get the equipment locker. So once you take these off the sprue, I guess you better have a way to keep up with them. He also did not come with any kind of instruction manual, I guess, which is a little odd. Let me see if I can peel this thing off. Yeah. There we go. Finally breaking through. There we go. That was probably the toughest one I've had so far, but not bad. So he definitely has some lightning effects. These all look like the big circular one. I'm not sure. I'd have to take a look and see. These look like they probably clip around his, I'm assuming, his ankles. Let's try to break one off. These seem like they would have pegs. I may have to do a little more research. This is just a, initial reaction. I'd have to do a little more research to see, because these look like they have holes for pegs. I was thinking that would be something you would put on him, but he doesn't really have any pegs, not like Batman and Robin's utility belt to actually put those on. Now these look like they probably fit on his... These probably go, I'm assuming, go around his ankles. That would be my thought, yep. So that you get the speed effect. I think they're too big to go, yeah, I mean, you could put it further up the arm, but they also have a square peg in there too. It's like they mate with something else, I don't know. But, or they're for storing. Maybe the Batman and Robin one, that's why there are so many pegs on the Batman and Robin. There are more pegs than they come with equipment. So maybe they lend a hand to their fellow hero and store his accessories when he's not going really fast, I guess. Which, with the Flash, that would be never, right? And yes, that's a joke. I know. We can't store his Flash powers or his speed powers. we'll take off another one. Put them around both ankles. Oh yeah. Now he looks really speedy. Yeah. So yeah, so that's the Flash. Like I said, I'm gonna have to do a little more research, see where it looks like this little U probably fits in the middle of this big round fire wheel or lightning wheel. Let's have a look. We're discovering together. So yeah, so this looks like this pops in, and then, oh yeah, then I'm guessing this goes on the wrist. Yeah, so it's like he has a little lightning shield, or I guess it's to make it look like he's moving his hand in a circular motion really quickly to generate a shield, I guess would be my guess. Then he has some longer lightning bolts, which also has some, oh, I wonder if one of these fits into his back, because it's got a really large peg. So if we, oh yeah, there it is. There it is. So he is really moving. So this character looks fast. Oh yeah, and that spins around a little bit. Nice. So yeah, all in all, I really like the accessories here. There's another lightning bolt, which doesn't appear to have the same kind of peg mechanic. I'm assuming maybe, is he holding it? Because his hands are open. That's another thing. For a character that's running, I mean, they almost look closed, but they're not. So it does look like they're designed to hold something. Oh, is this a lightning sword? Is that what that's supposed to be? So the Flash has created a, he's going a little Green Lantern on us here, and he's forming constructs using the Speed Force rather than a power ring. But yeah, so interesting. Yeah, I could see a lot of play, a lot of cool play with this figure. Yeah, that's neat. That's a really cool figure. I will say, you know, once again, I can see that once a kid gets their hands on one of these, probably going to lose these for sure. You might lose this. If nothing else, you're definitely going to probably lose the little wrist attachment, because that does come out. Probably in the future, I wouldn't be surprised if it becomes hard to find loose Flash figures that are complete with all of the accessories, because that's been a real pleasant surprise with these figures, is that they all do come with a great amount of accessories. So that I could see, if I were a kid, when I was a kid, if I'd gotten these, oh yeah, this would have been right up my alley. You get lots and lots of effects or accessories, tons of play value with these figures. So that does it for our look at the first wave of the the Mattel DC action figure line. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. And if you like this kind of content, let us know in the comments and everything, because I do plan, when wave 2 comes, we're definitely going to do another video for each figure in the wave, and we'll take a look and do a little deep dive into their accessories, the quality of the figure, the sculpt, all of that. So I hope you've enjoyed this series of videos. Check out the RetroCult podcast. We release new episodes every Wednesday, and this week's episode was a lot of fun, and so I hope you enjoy it. Definitely check it out, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And until next time, I'll see you in the next one.